is not wrong. Thank you very much, Chris. Let's get ready to rumble, friends. The unbeaten Boston Breach going up against the very hot New York Subliners. What a bounce back chance after that first week. It was rough. Looking a lot better now. Into a triple dose of Fortress we go.
And I think this is a map that, honestly, both teams are probably going to enjoy, including the Superman movement out of HyDra. He's Superman straight into death, so not ideal, but hey, at least you look good doing it.
Yeah, he's Superman there all the way to the respawn screen. There we go. Boston Breach, though, what an incredible bounce into the league they've had so far here in the Modern Warfare 2 year. Can they keep it up? Wow, good stuff out of HyDra. Moving smooth already towards the hard point, but that's still all Boston Breach for the hold for now. Looking towards next as well. Top left-hand side in the minimap. No joy for either team so far.
Well, I really like the exchange the New York Subliners are going with, right? Absolutely zero pressure on the hill off the rip, but it's all about flipping those spawns for new. And, I mean, they get the break here. They flip the spawns successfully and maybe end up throwing away a little bit of scrap time towards the end. But I think long-term, as far as P1 breaks drove, New York Subliners doing a decent job.
Yep, all good so far. Top left. That's the next hard point up to the gallows we now will go. And that is looking good for the New York Subliners. Retaining control. Look out for Boston Breach to try to make some shenanigans happen over towards that side of the map. Spawns are crucial here in MW2. HyDra on a 3 spree, finding those kills himself, putting the enemy team back on a spawn. Look where they're going to be rocking up. Look where the attack's coming from. Reinforcements will take a while to get here, but wait a minute. It's a couple of kills for Boston.
All that pressure on the back right there from the Subliners, worried about the full flanks, and instead Boston just want to take it straight from the front. But if they get bullied out, and I know right now Boston's in a situation where they do not want to overcommit and afford someone getting through. But by the way, KiSMET, look at him getting through. That is so much pressure on the front to lose the rotation towards new. And frankly, New York Subliners, I mean, still getting a decent chunk of this time. Priestahh wins the gunfight at old, so he gets that lockdown for scrap. And again, Skyz and KiSMET already had this rotation on lock. That is a beautiful turn of events right here for New York. An opportunity to build themselves a bit of a lead. And the fact that Skyz doesn't have a kill yet, not too bad.
Not too bad at all. He's 0-2. Looking to change that now. Nades are up and about, and it's not there, but HyDra does pick up both. Good work out of the Subliners now. Both angles taken care of. Only Methodz left up top, and it's a long gunfight finally done. Wicked work there. For the Subliners, that hard point's theirs. They're going to hold this one down. And Skyz, can he get on the board? The answer is still no, but his boys are all good. For KiSMET, a 2-piece for him. The Fortress remains sound.
Yeah, clean moves right there. The snake's always on point, and that'll be number 9. Keep in mind, in the background, by the way, not only has Skyz not gotten a kill, it's because he doesn't need to, because HyDra has been collecting them all. Nice little break potential, though, for the final 30 seconds, and I think Boston are going to get it, and I think they just now actually read the spawns that they flipped, so that's one of those exchanges, man, on this map that it has long-term implications. The scrap time is nice. It'll be close to a tied-up game after the hill ends, but Boston, if they end up stuck in this back spot, it'll be a long time before they get out.
HyDra lets at least one out. Vivid's there. That nade's going to help, but not get the job done. Big wake from up top. Putting the attack 56 to work. He was one of the most devastating looking players with the M4. Let's see how he adapts. And KiSMET now 11-7 over towards we go to munition storage to cannons, and it's a good look already from the Subliners chance. They've still got a bit of a lead to work with, nothing tremendous, but as we know, it can fall on its head immediately here in MW2.
And I think even like to backtrack towards the Vanguard season, KiSMET leading into this year has been one of my favorite players to watch. He is Mr. Do-It-All. High kills right now as well. He's not trailing HyDra by that much. He's always good on hill time. He's the rotation man, and he's a Vastnev player that runs the trophy system as well. So KiSMET puts in serious work at all times, but looks like Boston are trying to put in work just to get that break. Not super ideal, though. Methodz last man on top. He's tagged up, one shot taken down. And that's the scrap time by way of New York. That's a decent little lead by way of New York.
Yeah, scrappy and ferocious holds of the hard point here so far. And once again, HyDra back into it we go. Skyz 1-7. Strange update on what has been a bizarre game for Mr. Bueno. But honest to God, I mean, look, your boys are up. You're doing everything right. Just because he's got very few engagements, it seems to happen occasionally to AR players in this game. Same for Zinni on the other side, 8-8. Nothing major out of him. But so far, good work out of Boston. Over the Blacksmith we go, and the iron is hot.
I mean, look, Miles, I gotta say though, right? The HyDra Skyz duo, 19 kills between the pair of them. They're looking fantastic. So you gotta look at the duos, not just the individual players, you know. But unfortunately, when your main AR is not getting any kills at all, this could be a difficult hill to actually get through. And Vivid opens up with the big 2. He's gonna be watching the cross, and this is a P5 that so far for Boston has been absolutely perfect.
Yeah, fantastic work. No time wasted whatsoever. Vivid on a 4 spree now done. good stuff here at Boston Breach. We are back in it. Lead change, all good for now. A classic rivalry in traditional sports and a budding one here in the Call of Duty League. Boston Breach, the debut last season, was not a bad one at all. Now, though, with a bit of wind in their sails, can they rock and roll all the way towards a major victory? What a thing it would be. Their major, of course, coming up this year. But for now, the lead's still firmly in their hands.
Hey, and I gotta say, I am a very not big fan of the setup out there from Boston. They completely left the left side of the map open. No one even really doubled back to worry about the spawns in the slightest. And I mean, this is gonna be a hill. It gets broken down instantly. You do not have the spawns, and I think Boston had a nearly perfect P5. Really dropped the ball on the opportunity to chain the hills together, and now guys like KiSMET getting in the mix, causing problems. And I mean, that's a big 2 from Kiz. That just opens up the map. It's a clean 4-man wipe. And now look at Priestahh. He at least tried to watch the left side of the map. That's where Boston's trying to work through.
Oh man, they are holding it down. Boston, the lead change, it's not going to last too much longer. The New York Subliners pressure is on. Spawn's looking crazy though. Look towards that new hard point, and in the time being, we'll go for a quick listen in with the New York Subliners.
Hey, I'm taking live rocks. One's right, bitch.
I'm gonna come on top.
No, the rock's dead on me. Watch for rocks again.
Yo, top dubs, top dubs.
On time, one shot.
Time and top dubs going down.
Top dubs. Top rocks. Take your time.
We can hit
I'm looking rocks. Yeah, make sure you hold here. Rocks push. Spawn mid. Yeah, one guy's open.
I'm
rocks to me. I don't see the rocks. One shot.
Time, he might hit
Bottom mark. Bottom mark.
Two in the back. I got one.
Bottom mark. Nero. He's 50 secrets upstairs.
I got that.
Dubs, stay dead.
Nice. Okay, one's back. Backside time and hill. Let's do time.
P5 dead.
On time,
nice. Get till.
They're gonna spawn back.
I don't see the gap time.
I'm getting left. I'm getting P1.
I'm challenging.
Have gate.
One. Okay.
I'm holding left, guys.
I'm holding bottom mark.
One's on the back.
Bottom green.
Yo, back P2 top rocks. Two back P2.
No, yo, he got me single. I have a precision here too.
Okay, I'm holding left.
Yo, go on time. Yeah, I have a trophy. I got you. I have a trophy on time. I have a trophy. We have two trophies now.
Yo, watch left. I can watch you green, okay? Watch left.
Okay. I will.
I hear him. He's on the awning.
Yeah.
I'll view green. Okay? Don't even shoot yourself from green.
We hear in the comms that chance the evolution of HyDra. He goes from being, the sort of quiet, soft-spoken member of, the New York Subliners in Cold War to now calling the shots.
And he called it perfectly right. He was commanding KiSMET to watch the left side because HyDra said he has up top, and KiSMET listened to it. KiSMET picked up the big 2, and they are just taking turns making plays, and now it is KiSMET that has this on lock. Finally going to fall, and it's actually a nade from Nero that actually opens up the map. So all the good stuff that New York just did early on, it's a good Semtex that shuts him down, and then it's HyDra that returns the favor.
Hail, HyDra, 156 and climbing. Subliners looking to get the lead back, and there's only one man left on this side of the map, and it's Priestahh. Can he find the kills and the time? No, but don't worry about it too much, New York Subliners fans. Left-hand side of the minimap, your boys are out. They've managed to dodge the trap, except for, again, Priestahh, who seemingly can't leave that side of the map.
And well, you actually have Priestahh, catching players as well, trying to be sneaky, getting through the P1 side. Again, number 7 on the minimap, Awakening. He's getting spotted out, trying to push through these arches. So right now, New York Subliners, bit of a tight setup, or at least deep on the backside of the map, but they have all their bases covered. The hill has remained untouched by Boston, and no real great avenues for attack. KiSMET swinging across the map, covering everything that needs to, and so far, so good. Subliners looking clean on this hill.
KiSMET's holding back everyone here. It's just straight helms deep, and he is not letting those ladders get up. No one's getting in, but eventually that bad boy's going to blow, and here comes the hit from Boston Breach. They've managed to breach through the archways. KiSMET still holding it down. Man's fighting for his life on the inside here. No one in the hard point, though. Once again, a difficult place to get into, clearly. But for now, kills are going to be there. KiSMET, can he match? Somehow, wow, God, I was going to say somehow still going. Big wins there from Awakening. Hard point now fully locked down. Breach, though, it's a 15 seconds that you would have hoped him to get in a bit earlier.
And this is also going to be, good scrap time for Boston, but a very interesting P5 hill that we're going to, because Breach last go around, more or less just completely locked it down. So an important one now for Subliners to try to collect, and Breach will be here first, but it's KiSMET, that entry man, to make sure the setup does not come through. Nothing sort of crazy happening in this moment. It'll be maybe a bit more of a normal P5, a little bit scrappier.
First time around, Boston, fantastic. New York Subliners, somewhat quiet. Over the 200-point mark we go. Breach, we're in the business end. Here comes P-Dog, barking his way forward. Manages to get a 2-piece, and it's a slight break. Not a lot of pressure now from Boston. Subliners, this is a great 30 to hold.
And Priestahh making the big plays as well. I didn't realize how much dog they actually had on this team. So when Priestahh gets his back, and good things can happen. Vivid, though, wins a big 2, so it'll be an interesting little fight for the actual scrap time, and it's also a fight for that left side of the map. I think Boston have had situations where that has been left open. And you even got HyDra. I mean, 31 kills to his name. He's trying to do his best to seam oppression for the moment. And maybe even go up top, but we're going towards P1. Boston will be surrounding the hill, but it's not over yet.
This is great work out of HyDra. Breaches the top wall, gets himself inside. Pressure now on towards the hard point. Back over to P1. Madness, though, as Skyz has managed to get himself into the positives now in the kill department. What a journey this has been for the New York Subliners. Boston with a hard point, though. HyDra from behind. Big work. Cleans up at least one. Where's the pressure now from Boston? The answer back from Nero. Straight onto the point we go. They've got it again.
I mean, this is like a times versus spawn battle right now where so many players are scattered on like the art and just deep left side of the map. And I mean, they are vying for 2 different things, but Breach are actually going to be inside the point for the moment. Vivid is around the back, and right now, this is Boston's advantage.
Oh my goodness, Vivid's still going. 5 spree. Starting to heat things up with more aggressive submachine guns in the league. Now straight towards Skyz. Oh no, this is awkward. There's a big win. That's a lot of control, and this could be a massive moment for Boston.
And I just don't know why Skyz isn't shooting back. Both players reloading at the same time. And now it's, I guess, KiSMET maybe the only man that can make the hero play in the back right now. That's the entry as this hill pops.
Gets 2 over towards the hill. We now go big. Wake flying forward. Tack in hand. HyDra, KiSMET, Priestahh lining up through the archways. Here they go. It's a big hit. Kills are there. It's Vivid.
Oh,
it's Boston. It's Boston all day, baby. KiSMET, the last man there. How much of a dog can he be? Can he make anything happen here? I don't think so. Cruz is going to be on it. That should be game. Contest is there, but not much longer. Bang! There's a huge explosion rings out, but wait a minute. This hard point is still somehow being contested. Done. Game, set. Boston breach. Welcome back.
And you had a nice little moment of celebration there for Vivid. He just casually finished with 34 with the run that he just went towards the end. I mean, that was the HyDra show in slang, literally right from the jump. And then Vivid, I don't know when the run actually started to come together for him, but he started launching himself up towards the end. I mean, the 5 spree he was going on when P1 is there, he converts that into streaks that comes into effect towards the end. I mean, that's sort of a wild game, because I think most of the hills, it felt like New York was sort of getting the edge, but then that one like perfect P5 from Boston that got them back in the game, a dogfight towards the end. And I mean, there you even see HyDra versus Vivid. Vivid, of course, the engagement's completely out of this world, but slang right neck and neck between the pair.
Yeah, fantastic work, and what a battle there on Fortress to start the series off. I think a lot of people coming into this one expected Boston to walk over the New York Subliners based on how that first, week of play went, but in the TAC 56 era, because we're in a brand new, eon of the MW2 season, a very, very different look chance. I mean, can we attribute that to, the level of play the Subliners are putting out, or is that more of the meta shift?
Honestly, it could be like a combination of the two. With how little data we have, it's very tough to tell, but I think Outback Fortress is an interesting map to look at, right? It is the SMGs with the meta shift that are going to be not just more prevalent, but have a little bit more room to breathe, and this is a map where the SMGs absolutely came out and fried, both Vivid on one side and HyDra on the other, so a lot of, I don't want to say like a good time necessarily to be an SMG. I know there's a lot of propaganda about how good AR players have it, so I'm not trying to get too involved in the conversation, but it is certainly better now than it has been in the past.
For sure. Well, some machine gun players the world over feeling a lot better there, and if you're in the mosh pit, I'm sure you feel the same way too. Boston Breach, there's some machine gun players having a whale of a time, despite the efforts we saw from HyDra there. Big numbers. Now that we stay on Fortress, ladies and gents, Search and Destroy on its way. When it comes to Search, Boston did not want to play Hotel, and of course, aBeZy was banned out there by the New York Subliners. So Fortress it is, boys and girls. We'll see how this one goes in just a moment. Charles, any sort of early level predictions here on the match?
Well, it is a little bit tough to tell. I mean, I will say, as I am very ghost-like in this, that's okay. I just changed the 10 since literally yesterday. Either way, though, it definitely feels like a map that the Subliners are going to really enjoy. Small, close quarters, guys like KiSMET, guys like HyDra, you expect to fry. Both of them just dropped 30 bombs. Didn't actually pan out. Boston ended up just being the better team on the map. You go into Search and Destroy. Boston on this map, 2-0, including wins against teams like Atlanta FaZe. So they are also pretty big fans of Outback Fortress. And I know it is quite literally the smallest sample size, but even for the control for Fortress, again, for map 3, Boston won 2 offensive rounds against Atlanta FaZe, and I don't think we're going to see that ever happen again, have 2 like by the same team on the same like map. But nonetheless, I'm excited to watch him try again and see if New York are prepared for it, because I mean, if map 1 was any indication, again, Fortress is a favorite of Boston as well.
Certainly, and the vetoes may have well truly fallen in their favor, but for Search and Destroy, yeah, we'll see how this one goes. And again, an exciting day of Call of Duty so far. Records being set in the kills department. What kind of shenanigans we have in store for us? Of course, the collat on this very map and mode, you know, in the previous series. Shout out to iLLeY for that one. I have no idea, Chance, how much more madness and shenanigans we can handle in the second week of the league.
I don't know. It'll be fun to find out. I don't know how much like sniper play we ever saw from Boston when they played this map twice. I know they were like sort of a very contained team, at least on the defensive end, of just playing sort of stagnant ARs in both like archways. I remember moments of like Nero just staring at like bottom art, waiting for like the flanks to come through. And it's just a team of like very simple stuff, all their bases covered. And I think they've really enjoyed the map so far. So we'll see if they need to sort of dig deep and pull out some new strats, or if the old faithful works. Even guys like Owakening, you know, First Blood Machine, he has been on Fortress S&D when he's responsible, at least on the attacking side, for the full flanks. He loves playing over by the truck. So you've got a little bit of looks for Boston, and maybe this would be something New York Subliners, I don't know if they've seen something they want to try and break down, but as far as it being this early in the year, you actually have data and VOD to work with for the Subliners to plan their attack.
Yeah, not a huge amount, but maybe just enough to make a difference. We'll see how, of course, all that hard-worked homework goes into play later on in the year. But for now, you get what you can take. Search and Destroy now on its way. Map number 2. We'll see if Boston Breach can continue this unbeaten run they have in the run towards the Raleigh Major, because it's been a wonderful turn. A lot of new fans here in the CDL. We know that Boston's been a fan favorite so far, and Nero, many reasons like that as to why.
Well, trades on trades. Yo, good challenge. Aggression just to get top art control. Now you get bombed down. Skyz needs to be a tad bit careful. And Owakening is at least getting the information possibly to feed it to Methodz.
Yeah, again, that spot from a top truck, not great, but it's a 2v2. Priestahh Skyz, Methodz Owakening. It should be an all AR battle here. Less than a minute now to work with. That bomb laying in wait. Subliners can truly see that bad boy because it's huge. And they're not going to let that one go. Boston Breach have to make the recovery or find those 2 kills.
And it's also AR players. So I think one of these guys, probably Methodz, might be running a trophy. And yeah, he's got the trophy in hand. So maybe Owakening can make a play after he gets dead silence. But Skyz, absolutely no need to move. I mean, Priestahh, absolutely no need to move. They got the bomb fully on lock, and you know it's TAC 56s coming to chow.
Well, guess who doesn't have a trophy system? That's right. It's Daddy Wake. And he's being all kinds of sneaky. Yeah, make that jump. You got time. 20 seconds. He's running out of it. Oh, Butterfingers. Sky's got the trail on the door. Priest's got the other angle covered. Oh, it's awkward. It's done. Zinni now the 1v2. He's already tagged up. Let it fly. Can't happen. New York Subliners don't give up the advantage they had first round.
And the funniest part about that setup, Priestahh was ready for that jump up in the back. That is what he was just L-triggered on that entire time. So sneaky little angle, and something you love to see, at least the attempt of, I suppose, out of Awakening. Maybe he needs to practice it just a little bit more, but I don't think it would have panned out anyway. Priestahh definitely had that covered.
His pixel perfect jumps are very difficult to do, you know, in the best of times, let alone when you're under a huge amount of pressure and the game is ticking away at you with the time running out. But good stuff out of Skyz as well. Little slow start in hardpoint. Man sitting at 3-0 thus far. We'll see if he can't catch another kill or 2. See if streaks are on the menu.
And maybe more aggression coming out as well. This is your bomb carrier with the TAC 56 up top, going in for the first blood, and maybe now going over. If he can stop knifing over towards that A bomb, you know someone is guaranteed to be in that first archway.
What?
And they read Vivid as well, and at least back him down. And I think KiSMET, this is about when he makes his move.
Wow, there we go. Kill him before and a run out for Skyz. Bomb plant towards A. Fast retake situation now. Boston Breach trying to get involved. Skyz on 5. Is he going to get any more out of this? Mr. Bueno. Pressure on. Great work from the Subliners. They are not letting anything get through, Chance.
No, not at all. And I gotta, give a lot of credit to Skyz. I think it took him maybe 6.5 minutes to get up to 5 kills in the hard point, but already pushing the pace in S&D. Also, for what it's worth, Skyz did completely turn his game around in the hard point. It was a slow start.
Yeah.
He ended up catching up to about even. So the gun definitely got hot after the first few hills, and He's carried that over in the S&D. I believe a 5 spree form, maybe 6, something.
I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. Great work again. Helping the boys make their way over towards the bomb. Get the plant down. Perfect coverage. There's the 5. See if we can't get any more. Nades are up. Not going to find anyone there. Back towards the A-bomb site. And Skyz is going to be posted up trying to find whatever he can. The rest of the squad move on out. Try to lock Boston breach on that side of the map. And if they do plant, counterattack quick.
Well, this is it, though. Dead Silence pop. There's actually nobody. Well, just one man watching up top, so HyDra may be forced to back down. In the meantime, though, bomb does get planted for Boston. No sneaky flanks coming through, so 4v4, about as good as it gets, and Vivid delivers.
Trying to make it happen. Somehow Skyz survives. KiSMET now with a breaking in entry. He's infiltrated the fortress, and Priestahh has managed to get a kill out of it. Trades are there. Skyz finally brought down. Owakening catches 2 players out, and it was a valiant attempt. A decent 2-pronged attack there from the Subliners, but Boston hold.
Yeah, and just a better setup, I'd say, this time. Like New York last time around. Remember, they had that aggressive play of double hitting through this door, and I think taking whatever player was in this spot down. It wasn't Owakening last time, but I think Vivid adjusted the setup, was just staring at that, single window jump up, and eventually HyDra peaks. And as soon as you kill a dead silence play on the map in Search and Destroy and even get the first blood after that, you're feeling great about your odds of holding the bomb site, and Boston deliver perfectly.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal amount of pressure off your team. You take care of that dead silence player. Little different looks this time round. Wake's going to be watching over towards B. Pretty windy out there on our Bagra Fortress. Not too far from the coast. As it's pretty quiet from here on out, and this is an awkward stalemate. Oh, maybe not.
And Owakening first blood, Vivid, I don't think he got spotted in that corner. This should just be a free kill for him. Almost a guarantee.
Between now, the prone situation. HyDra's going to check it.
Oh, never mind.
Steals it. Quick trades coming through. Trades on trades. Nero now. Deady pop for both he and Owakening. They're making moves, but Priestahh sniffs him out, catches at least one. Skyz has got the angle on the next. The gunfight's there, and it's done. New York Subliners read the Deady plays. They snuff him out. That is a costly round for Boston.
Yeah, and I got to apologize to Vivid. I actually don't know. Maybe they spotted him earlier on, but the way Skyz is playing towards the back, they didn't seem super focused on the corner. So I don't know if they got the intel early on or if that is just a cold, hard read coming out of New York. But that is efficient S&D gameplay. They get first blooded, clutch the 3v4, and sniff out an angle like that. That is good work because Boston, that is almost the dream sort of scenario that you're getting on defense, but they get punished for it. They're down 3-1. They're still having a bit of a difficult time dealing with Skyz.
Yeah, real tough time dealing with Skyz. 7-1. Early investment from the opening round has paid off. Thundering towards the bomb site, just trying to lure anyone out. But HyDra popped a squat, and he's chilling.
His hamstring's got to be on fire, but still patient. Has plenty of backup in these archways. And that bomb, this is where it's going.
These are up. Nero's been spotted. Oh, boy. Waited a moment longer. That might have gone the wrong way. Trades are out. 3v2 now. Subliners with the man advantage, but not for too long. They've got to set up in the middle of the map. Still holding this one down defensively. Breach have yet to make a play over towards that bomb again. The last 2 members up. Vivid Awakening trying to get these kills out, and they're not winning these fights in mid.
It's great tags, though. Awakening just got damaged to a bunch of players and distracted them all.
Wait a minute. That's the distraction play. Vivid's got him in there. He's hit the flank. They haven't recovered the bomb yet, so there's going for the kills here, but no one's really in position to get this one done. Quick plant, surely. There we go. 15 seconds to get it done. Can Priestahh get there in time and stop it? No. Awakening on the moves.
You can see this from everywhere, by the way. Like, if you can get to top maps, you can see it through the crack in the wall. So it is a bit of a flip the map on its head sort of situation. And Boston are reading this. Awakening is effectively playing chase right now.
Oh my God.
KiSMET's going for it.
He's going for it. Priestahh's there. Is KiSMET going to stick this?
Perfect.
Is he going to stick this? Stuck it. The melons on KiSMET to dive on there. Priestahh's sacrifice, not in vain. Smiles for the Subliners.
Dude, that is too good. That, like, almost effective bait. I don't even know if Priestahh is going for that or just looking around and trying to be covered, but that ends up working out just perfectly. And again, it is KiSMET that ends up making the play. I mean, dude, he is truly the playmaker of the team. He runs trophies. He grabs hill time. He slays KiSMET. Truly, Mr. Do-It-All.
Yeah, that was great. 4-1 here in the search and destroy. Subliners looking to level this one up. Damn, KiSMET. Way we go. HyDra's in the joining me. The feeds, the kills are there. And it's fast and furious. You've got him pinned now in the archways. Ziddy's managed to make it out towards the bomb site, and he got the kills. 2v2. Which way are they going to come from, though? That's the question.
I also can't believe bomb is down in the spot that it's in. That is impossible to read. Priestahh popped dead silence, by the way, for this moment. So granted, he doesn't make any noise, but also they've accomplished nothing in Methodz. He's reading the back alley push, and the kill trait comes in because the Subliners team killed. Count that up as a 2-piece for Methodz.
Yeah, technically a 2-piece for Zinzin. That's what it looked like from his POV. Again, oh dear. Can we stop lining up on Fortress today, everyone? We stop lining up on Fortress as a PSA to all COD League pros playing in today's games.
Well, you say that, and then we're going to have a round where they line up and it ends up working out
right.
perfectly for the trades. But yeah, now one of those things. But I mean, good round there out of Boston, right? I mean, you have players on New York. They got the double kill straight off the rib. So the ARs just pushed the pace through the A bomb site and really took the fight to him. A flying HyDra in both directions. But gets out with his life for the moment and just baits out a couple tacks.
Wow, good winner out of Vivid. He's been flexing around, running the TAC 56 and, of course, the Vaznev a few times in this series. Unplanted. Boston with a man advantage. Vivid could cause some serious damage in a moment. Here it comes. Skyz, that's tough. He doesn't actually spot the second player behind him. And now, Priestahh, he's making a move. KiSMET, dead, he popped as well.
KiSMET's got a big, oh wow, and a shoulder was sneaking out right there and makes it that much more difficult. Double hit through the side. You're baiting though, and yeah, KiSMET pinned down. Not a lot of time. You got to chow.
He's got a chow, and he's going to go for it. And I'll tell you what. A big round from Boston after the advantage they had for the plant, and I was fishing for a snake joke chance. I was fishing.
Nero with the poison.
Nero with the poison.
We got the snake joke in. Don't worry about it.
Charming. Here we go. Another good round. What have we become? What have we become, Ashworth?
Just accepting of the fact that there's just going to be some gunfights that are quite literally impossible to win. And that is the new norm.
4-3. Subliners still around up. First to 6 here in Search and Destroy. We've got a cruise missile for Vivid. I wonder how many trophies are going to be in play here, but all right, we're onto the site, and a decent amount of noise made. So yeah, Vivid backs up after Awakening's first blood, takes care of KiSMET.
And Vivid has gotten bloods on HyDra in a few of these rounds, so HyDra better be careful not to overcommit. A trophy down on site, though. And HyDra's pushing this, by the way. HyDra's going to fly out, but he at least gets traded. I was going to say, Vivid in that could have been set up for a double kill, and Awakening has everything covered. Again, Boston, very contained. They always watch the flanks. They always have each other's backs. And Awakening right there, he's on his horse. He delivers.
He is way up there. The delivery man here, I think it's the ace for the round if he gets it. As he's put in a sensational bit of play here. Demon Joe. Shoulders are out. Vivid's going to get snapped on. Big wake. Tags are there. Pressure is on. Skyz, surely not.
I mean, every cross is covered as well. You gotta, I don't have a good one for Awakening yet. Look, it'll develop as time goes on. But yeah, hopeless situation for Skyz. Literally nowhere he can go. Every single cross covered, and big wake right there in that round. Absolute menace. Trades on HyDra, reads on the flank as well. And I mean, hey, use the cruise missile to win a round. Ends up panning out for you as well. And this is a nice little 4-1 comeback for Breach that has developed. It's
huge right now. The equalizer there was massive. Subliners have been stunned. Something's got to give.
Oh, snakening. How do we not get that?
We are so bad, our chubs. 4-4. All tied up. Look at this spot. Oh, my word.
I will never be flanking through P1 side again. Thank you.
Never again. Everybody write this down. Everybody write this down. Look at the cheeks on him. What?
Hamstrings on point.
Hamstrings, sorry. And that's a spot. Both the archways covered right now for the Subliners. They've got the flank covered if anyone's going to be going for it. And Skyz, his TAC 56. strikes first.
I was about to say, so the flank's good, but the actual bomb site, that is where Boston Breach need to get that work. But the first blood has come through and recovered the bomb, and Owakening does his job, but at least gets traded out. The flank side of the map is open. Vivid knows he's forced to make a play, and yeah, if he jumps out, everything is covered. No plant just yet. Vivid's still trying to make some moves, though. He's got a little bit of intel. Players inside. Methodz with the wall bangs. He got a 2v2 in a little bit of time.
Good reads, good shots now. 2v2 can Vivid. He's repositioned silently. Shots in a Priestahh. Ah, my God, it's like half a bullet to get the job done, and Methodz might be there to get it. He wins one. Priestahh now in the 1v2. He's peeked out. He's gunned him, and oh my, Boston Breach map point.
And what is Methodz doing in the meantime? I mean, he basically gets handed a freebie through the wall. Well, the gate, not exactly a wall, but the wall bank comes through. And then more players just fall, like getting baited out. I don't know if they just lost the gunny. They thought Methodz is going for the bomb plant because the time was low, but that is a 2v3 with the clock ticking down, and Breach just deliver. Again, this was a 4-1 lead for the New York Subliners. Now their backs against the wall.
My word. Not the way you want it to go for the Subliners. Not over yet. Skyz better heat back up. Nades out. Trophy not there in time. Priesthah's first blood. Surprised from that side of the map, but you're going to get it. And that's just the doorway covered now. Typical spots for Nero to be in. HyDra just on the other side. Here comes the crossfire. HyDra might pick it. A dangerous position to peek from. Okay. With Zinni being suppressed like that, you might actually be able to get onto the bomb site.
It's also Nero, though. It's going to be Nero watching the cross, so this is a lot of damage. But HyDra, he's sniffing it out. You got to be careful about the chow. He guesses wrong, but forces him in. He does not survive. You got a 2v3. It's the ARs in both arches, both tagged up, both weak. It's wall bangs everywhere.
Everywhere. Last man up. 1v1. Priestahh wins it. Stays alive. Final round. Man, once the fight got going, there was no slowing either of these teams down.
That is teamwork. That is everybody chowing. And that's good comms, too, because that seemed like a bold chow coming in through Methodz towards the end, but you see that Priestahh is actually weak, so there's definitely a good effort there towards the end for the 3 versus 4. I don't know what's going on between Nero and HyDra, but there's a lot of spinning in those moments.
Yep. An electric round here on Fortress. The search and destroy is going down to the wire. One final round for Breach. Puts themselves on match point for the Subliners to tie things up. Here we go.
And they're looking, this is a couple guns out, looking to maybe put not pressure towards B necessarily, but look to find that first blood in this direction. KiSMET has had success in this spot before. HyDra waiting for the flank with the Vastnev, and they're really expecting this flank to come through. I mean, you had Skyz wrap back just to help look over. It's still the bomb carrier leaning that direction. But otherwise, a typical setup from Boston on defense. And yeah, the bomb's starting to wrap back. Here we go.
Yeah, you see those arrows of Boston. They are watching that mid map. It is covered. Zin's going to force absolutely everyone on the inside. This is the opportunity now for Boston to make a move. And they're not going to do just that. Everyone's going to stay put. 35 seconds on the clock. Subliners got to move.
Waiting for the map to clear up for Methodz just to spot the cross. It's all about the timing of when you jump on the A site. And HyDra botches the movement. First blood Methodz.
Headbutts the gallows. He's hanging for it. KiSMET can't get anything done. Skyz with a bomb recovery. Priestahh picks up the spot immediately. Anyone there? No. Owakening. Perfect coverage. Perfect coverage. Skyz last man up. And Demon Joe feasts on his soul. Boston Breach with an astounding comeback in Search and Destroy. They go up 2-0 in this series.
And New York Subliners with a clean choke on aBeZy. The movement not exactly on point towards the end for the round 11. I mean, they play it around the cruise missile, but that is a 4-1 lead, and that is a couple of man advantage rounds that they toss away. I mean, they got 2v4'd, I think, by Methodz and Vivid when, like, New York was on the attack, and then 2 rounds later, when New York are on the attack, they get 2v3'd by Methodz and Vivid. So they just got completely picked apart by those two. I mean, Owakening's just over there doing his thing as well, but I mean, you got to tip the cap as well. Methodz, I mean, 11 kills to his name, absolutely was dealing the damage, had the ice in the veins as well. I mean, a 4-1 comeback on a map like this, I mean, it is 2 for 2 for aBeZy right now for Boston. Now they get to go to that control where they looked flawless their last attempt.
Yeah, this is it. Boston Breach. 2-0 up in the series, and it has been close. There's no doubt about it, but the comeback there on Search and Destroy, it tells a very, very different story. Fortress Control coming up next, and as you said, Chance, extremely strong. As far as the map bans went, it was only Hotel that New York Subliners didn't want to play, and we find ourselves in the triple fortress, and this is a triple dose of something that New York Subliners do not really like so far. We'll go to a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll find out if Boston Breach can keep their sweet run going here in the Major Rally run-up. Bill.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Upgrade your game with a Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. New York Subliners, Boston Breach, game 3. We stay on Fortress for control, and so far, if you're a Boston Breach fan, you are smiling. Fortress has not only looked fantastic for them, but thus far in the series, the comeback there in the Search and Destroy, and a close out on the first hard point also. Here we go. One more potential map in the series, as Boston look great, chance. They look great.
Comeback on the hard point as well. Maybe not like the craziest comeback, but a comeback nonetheless. And, you know, I missed it like live in action, but Vivid went from like 23-30 to 34-31 just on the final 2 hills. So he was having sort of a little bit slow, but like still halfway decent game. Completely caught fire the final 2 hills and like put the dagger in their side. And then Vivid's doing the exact same thing in the Search and Destroy. Multiple first bloods, multiple clutches with the help of Methodz as well. Again, they got 2 of them, 2v4 and a 2v3. So right now, Vivid is my MVP.
Vivid is Chance's MVP.
Got to get that man a Hummer.
The all-new GMC. Honestly, it's so much fun. Shouting Hummer EV every time I get into a Warzone. So far, though, not a great look out of Subliners on the offensive approach, on the defensive approach. They're flying forward. Oh, no, they get the kills. Take it all back. Boston, I mean, this is where the trouble starts. How trapped are they? Is it a trap, or is it just a little trap?
I mean, if I had to put my odds, I'd say trap. This is not looking like a fun time. No, they got a single kill on the opening break, and you can see exactly how stuck they are. It is a big win, but you're gonna have to get a couple more of those big wins before you can really get out of your base.
Well, you're out. You're free. KiSMET gets 1. HyDra posted up there. He's managed to tag the life out of Vivid. Here's the cleanup. Good work from Priestahh. Smooth comms from the Subliners. Defensively sound. Right back to the trap we go. Now it's looking like a tip-top trap. They got to make the hit through top maps at the very least. Oh, God.
I mean, it's just, yeah, chaos. Left side of the map always covered. Try to go to top maps. It's always covered. Skyz can just sort of bounce back and forth, trade out whatever he needs to, and trap was absolutely the correct answer. Nero maybe down low could try to make a play, but actually, no, he is very much making the play. He just picked up a 2, and that's opening up Boston for 3 players to get to the hill.
And they've got to make the kills now in the corners. He checked the wrong one. Nero somehow teleports his way. Oh my God! A second! 5 for Nero. Vivid now getting the kills as well. Second segment of B absolutely smoked. You're going to see that one go. An additional minute when there's only 21 seconds in the game remaining. And look at the life count. Even Stevens. Jeez. He's dead now. Good news for the Subliners.
Good God, bad news is they just choke. Like every single S&D, the hard point, that's a moment of control where they were on lock, and Nero just took him to task. Now a minute to work with. A is, I mean, again, both zones. It's not like either are particularly easy to capture, and New York is absolutely stabilized on the map, but certainly a moment they would like to get back, and still things on the map are being left open. New York maybe a touch too aggressive, but if they get the trades, all's well that ends well.
Traps on. Will it amount to anything? Nero once again fighting out. KiSMET's going to be able to trade. So nice work out of the Subliners. A 4 life advantage for now, which actually they've pushed even further. The Vivid creeps out for a moment. Bang! Immediately the cuff slap back on him. Get back to jail. Far right hand side of the map. 25 seconds. Good catch. HyDra. 20 seconds now. 7 lives for Breach. And they're still pinned. KiSMET. Oh, Nero battles out, and there's no way they get to A. Final 4 lives.
I'd say overall, this is kind of like a 50-50 round. Like both teams kind of had a little bit of success. Like you're on the attack and you actually capture a full zone and get 3 segments. Like it's not necessarily the best look, but it's not too shabby. Like you're not upset with that, especially with how poorly that opening break went. But even though Subliners give up a few ticks, I mean, you still have KiSMET that goes on the 6th spree and earns the precision, and that could definitely like open up the map for some playmaking potential. Hopefully not on defense. You don't want to be forced to make it, so maybe you want to see KiSMET if the opportunity presents itself on the attack to get use out of it, but I'd say no real advantage in this game right now for either side.
KiSMET makes his way to the point ASAP and gets taken care of just as fast. Here we go. Priestahh trying to clear at the top side of the map. That gives you a lot of space to work with towards the double doors. Getting out of your spawn. You have to watch out though, because in every corner there's a member of Boston Breach, and they are doing what they can to slow the approach. Decent work, Chance, though, early on out of the Subliners. This has been kills, and you don't have that perfect sort of grip set up from Boston Breach. The trap is yet to be set.
Priestahh may be the first man actually to try to break it down.
Yeah.
He is completely by himself though, so he is going to die. The question is, how many can he take with him? He's able to pick up one, but it doesn't really open up too much map pressure on the bottom side of the mini-map because Vivid is there just to shut it down. So he gets inside of maps. He goes on a 4 spree, jumps on a box, and there's number 5.
Ooh, nearly 6. He put the barrel right inside that player, not able to get the kill. Just about 30 seconds remaining in this one. Subliners have yet to really make a dent. Life count's still so high. It could actually come down to just time. Very low scoring game in the kills department for both teams though. In that case, 20 seconds. One decent hit though, like a wrecking ball across Fortress, and you're out and you're potentially on the point. So it's not done just yet. Final 10 shenanigans, all on the side of Boston. Look at all those Subliners bodies, my word.
That's tough. That is
tough, man.
4 to 13. It just does not fit. It's when you're spotted up and there's 10 seconds left, and they're just like, there's no point in playing. We can just wait for the next round. Not an ideal situation. You know, Subliners round 1 had the map on lock, drop the ball for a moment, give up 3 techs a full segment over towards B. So that zone gets captured. Boston get the map on lock. Absolutely never look back. I mean, Priestahh found a moment to maybe alleviate just a touch of pressure, and Vivid in the meantime is going on a 4 spree and absolutely shutting it down. So Boston quite a bit cleaner on defense, and now back to the attack where Boston, even when it's not working out for them, still having maybe more success than most other teams have had on offense. And Vivid, once again, nice and aggressive. He does get spotted, but he's only got a one-on-one gunfight towards the actual point to win. Vivid's going to win it, and again, it's about buying the pressure. Fortunately for him, all of his teammates fall, but at least he's taking him to the grave. Somebody get a trade.
Yeah, nades. Vivid doing it all on his own. He's got a segment, and he's dead finally. But meanwhile, you got your boys out. Boston breaching on towards A.
I mean, he just solo caps, by the way, segment over towards B, and at least buys up the pressure to maybe make something happen over towards A. And Methodz at least is able to pick up one. And again, it's just about the extra tick coming through. So already this is good stuff. Methodz does get shut down, and the spawn trap almost put back in place. But I mean, again, it's just one play like that from Vivid where the trades don't come through for New York Subliners, and they're just down even further on ticks.
A segment on either side for each zone. Priestahh up close and personal attack 56 now, locking it down, looking to make a little bit of noise. He kills the button, but not in game. HyDra, what a corner, finds 2. Subliners springing to life.
And on the left side of the map, though, Vivid gets out again. Dude, Vivid is always able to get out. Just don't let him world star you this time. And the Subliners should be good to go. He gets sent in this time just to get the kill. So the stranglehold on the map is complete. HyDra, unfortunate that the stun connects on him before he can get number 6.
Damn.
And beams from Priestahh. Map on lock.
Big dog jumps down on 2. Woo! KiSMET! What in the 2-piece? Less than 20. 8 lives for Boston on offense. It looks to be another defensive round, unless they take down Skyz. You might be able to fly through. Oh my god. Okay, KiSMET's got to go big here. Massive win opportunity for KiSMET. This could be the round. Nails them both. What a play. Over towards A, there we go.
Owakening on point by himself. Skyz got the trophy out for the long term and gets the timing for the chow, but you chow big, Wake. You better come corrected. He might be ready for number 3. Eventually, though, does get dropped. And nice little spin there, but we were trying to keep things alive. Also, by the way, 10-1 in life counts. Yeah, absolutely nothing cooking there, but still a situation where Vivid just makes that play, pops 3, solo gets, I know it's a segment cap, not a zone cap, but at least opens up the map. Methodz does the same thing over towards A, and you are now down 5 ticks. And so, you know, 5 to tie and hope that you get it on kills to pull the defense, or the other option for the Subliners is just win the game. But either way, they need to put together a pretty spectacular round on offense, or else the series is done.
It's safe to say, I think, in the grand scheme of things, that the Boston Breach have still got that certain special sauce on the offensive rounds. They do manage to find those ways in. Vivid being the man of watching this series. Subliners' own defense has not been bad. If they can break the wheel here, they can keep alive in the series, and we can get off a Fortress. That'd be a treat for quite literally everyone. HyDra, 2-piece, Vivid Nero with a knife as well in the sprees, and okay, we're on B.
A little bit of an opening, and KiSMET up top. It is KiSMET, the playmaker, every single time. 23 kills, trying to get the pressure over towards B. And unfortunately, for him at least, Nero just flanks and completely shut it down. So interesting attempt. They gave it a hell of a try, but Breach are much more well orchestrated on shutting these pushes down.
HyDra opens it up. Methodz is going to pin Skyz down. You've just allowed HyDra to now get on the inside of the fortress. He could cause some serious damage here if he plays his cards right. And Nero knows it's happening. Knows it's no longer a safe space to enter. And clock's ticking. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Big win on the first. Play still alive for HyDra. Will the Breach members be able to identify this move? Nope. At the moment, they're starting to lose their numbers, and they still have to deal with HyDra. You are able to get on towards this B zone now. One more gunfight, and it's on.
He could pop that silence as well. He does have it if he wants it. Maybe an entry kill over towards the actual point. And KiSMET and Skyz deliver. There's number 3. You got pressure on both points.
You're going to be able to stack it up. Zinni wins a massive one, gets the second piece as well. Nero off of spawn and Boston Breach. That is outstanding defensive work. KiSMET can't get another. Wow, Boston Breach. Everything worked out there for the Subliners, and Zinni's two-piece just absolutely nailed it. Final 15 seconds here in the round. Can New York pull off the miracle? Whoop. Maybe not.
They can dive into death is what they're going to do, getting shut down towards the end. And it's just a difference in team. Again, it is much easier to handle these rounds when you are on defense, but the little moments of opportunity, Breach get good use out of them. Subliners not able to get those trades in that moment. And then when Subliners actually create those moments, those opportunity, whether it's a KiSMET 3-piece, when like he's in the back cannon room, or even when they just get a clean 3 down over on the feed and have pressure on both points, they just cannot get the job done, cannot convert. And Breach have just been too clean. Looking potentially for another, maybe not perfect this time, but another very solid win on aBeZy Fortress control. And for Subliners, same situation as last time, except now just a little bit worse. They have to get the win on the attack.
Yep. They had a decent swing of things in the last round, but when we get to the final, Boston Breach's hard work. In the earlier rounds, the full capture of a zone and a segment on either side gives them the advantage here. In we go. Breach also working towards streaks. Awkward time from Methodz. Is he going to make this work out? Maybe, baby. Tags are in. Pressure's on. Vivid cleans up. Nice work.
Yeah, Vivid is always going to be there. At least an opening over towards A, though. So these are the important gunfights to win. Methodz, though, was able to deliver a 2. I mean, the ARs right now for Boston are just putting in some super clean work. Vivid back in his home.
Final round, Boston Breach on defense. It's worked out great so far. Let's go for a quick listen in. Boston Breach.
What's on B? On B and rails. Yeah, backstep, bottom arm, rails. Find this one, yeah. Spawn through you guys. He's on top. Yeah. Bottom ass. Bottom ass, one shot going open, or going close. Just up. And one's closed, maybe. We can close. Yeah. Watching open over. Upstairs right next to us. In my line. Nice. I just know above us. Yeah, I'm trying to go to I'm playing for... Could be cubby. I can precision this. You want me to? Could be cubby. Precision, yeah. Another cubby. In the truck. I precision day. Okay. He's a double loading. He's on top of the rail. One close. Open. So HyDra. Two open. Okay. 3 B. I'm our back steps. I'm coming to test, guys. On stage, one shot. Stage one shot. I'm doing the spot. Stage weak. Just go in bottom mark. Stage, two stage. Back. Catch. I didn't even, I'm nice. 2 stage, guys. I'm pitching stage. They gotta be, it's fine. Come on, A. I know what stage. Nice. Pushing out. Nice.
That could be. I'll see him.
Bottom mark.
Shots are we witnessing the unthinkable. Have the Subliners finally found that special sauce here in round 5?
They have certainly put the pressure on. Have they not? Only a single segment left to go and a decent bit of time to work with, 1.5 minutes, and they just need one single good break.
Decent break is all it takes. Can they get it done here in a New York minute for the Subliners to punch on through and somehow bring down Breach on Fortress? 1 minute, 11 lives. And a very, very difficult set of gunfights. That's a great start, though. All it takes is one wave of kills and you are out. Breach, hold the line.
You gotta be so perfect right now for Boston as well, because you are feeling the pressure in this moment. Not as easy, especially with players coming off on respawn. 2 players right now through the gate. Methodz can shut down the first, and his teammates are shutting down the rest. So far, so good. 40 seconds to go.
And still 7 lives for the Subliners. Vivid in his corner. Hello, the gift for you, sir. You are hurt now. Now you're dead. Opening through the top. Methodz still holding the line. Not going to let those players through the side door or through the double doors. Awakening drops. HyDra's and found his kills as well. Oh,
okay.
Baby. HyDra's out.
Okay.
Run. This is a play. Vivid, the last man up for a moment. 20 seconds. This is starting to heat up real big. HyDra gets another. Watch the flanks as well, because here comes Nero off spawn. Tags are in. No damage. It's a one-man stack for now. HyDra's got the kills. It could actually happen right here, right now. Boston still lying their way forward. Kills are there. It's not quite done yet. The stack on from Skyz. I cannot believe it. The New York Subliners have somehow stole Fortress.
How do you do it in the New York minute? Making the plays towards the end. I have no idea how that Semtex and the tags on HyDra towards the end did not kill him, but it was the dive towards the end. It was the plays in the mix. That is how Bagger Fortress control. You just need one good offense and you'll win the game.
Unreal, man. I mean, it was a matter of moments. He keep banging down the doors. The Subliners break out. And they finally get on that point. Wow, man, unbelievable. They so sorely needed that offensive round win, and what a better time to do it than the final round of the map. And there we go. Incredible. Well, Boston breach. They bleed just like the rest of us here on aBeZy control. What a fantastic look from both teams, offensively and defensively. I mean, we're all seeing it time and time again. You can win the defensive rounds, you know, easier than most because of the nature of the map. But goddamn.
And Miles, all it took, by the way, was for HyDra not only to break the kill record, but to get 24 kills on offense. That is the stat to pay attention to. That is one of the more ridiculous ones you're gonna see. That is HyDra at his absolute finest.
Yeah, unreal. HyDra with a sensational play. Break the zone towards the end there and get right on that point. Quick looking across the board, though, when it comes to the highlights chance, we had some outstanding moments. Nero with brilliant pieces like this, and we saw Vivid with some massive moments. Methodz essentially stopping an entire offensive round with a 2-piece himself. Good looks out of both teams.
And there's also, I mean, quite a bit of pain, I'd say, for the New York Subliners. Like, I know they got the win. I know they got the round on offense. And I know they have the weapon of HyDra, of the lethal threat of setting kill records on the map. But it has been consistent in this series of just those moments where they drop the ball, where they're letting Nero run them over, or Vivid putting them on skates. And I know an aspect of it is just like not having red dots on the mini map to make the trades a little bit more difficult. And I know that means the comms have to be like that much better, but there's just a few moments of that little bit of sloppiness that is still a little cause for concern.
Some unbelievable gunfights. This is towards the final end of the game. And again, HyDra's position here, just on that sort of edge of the fortress wall. In and out, plays his life fantastically. Sweet work there with the Semtex. Somehow gets to 2 out of that. Crazy. New York Subliners, congratulations. They keep themselves alive in the series. A nail biter on control.
And did it right at the very end too. I think down to maybe 7 lives in that moment. So down on lives, down on time, but they really just, it was honestly the middle portion of the game during the listing and where it sounded like Boston's comms were pretty good, but Subliners just ridiculous amount of pressure they were actually able to put on the map. So again, they got the job done, trying to maybe complete that reverse sweep. And if we hail HyDra, we get to find out if he hails HyDra.
Oh, beautiful. This guy.
Mess that up, you know?
You nailed that. Absolutely perfection. And we'll see, though, yeah, if HyDra can have a good time on HyDra, what a tongue twister that will be in a moment. But yeah, there we go, mate. It's crazy to think, Chance. One search and destroy round, you know, may have gone a little differently, and this could be a 2-1 to Subliners. What a close series we have. Speaking of HyDra, though, we have some stats for you, ladies and gentlemen. The French phenom, who has made a serious splash since he joined the league in Cold War. So far here in the series, 35 for 23. Big damage there in map 1. Let's see if we can't find some of that sweet stuff here on HyDra coming up now. And we've managed to survive the trio of Fortress, ladies and gents. We're now out and about. Over to Røkkr we go.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you talk about HyDra, they're at least... Oh, HyDra hydrating before HyDra.
There it is! There it is.
I will only ever say that once, but that's not bad. Would you like to take an attempt?
HyDra hydrates before Hydro is not an easy one to get out. And a moment we may never have again here in the Call of Duty League. The stars certainly align for us there, mate.
You know, I was trying to talk about his stats and like slang power and whatnot, but sure, we could just do alliteration. It's fun for everybody. Who doesn't love a tongue twister? No, HyDra is a player in my mind that is just a guarantee. A guarantee of like top in the lobby almost every single map, especially the respawn of like he is going to slay, he is going to get his kills. It is rare occurrences that anybody's like able to outdo him in any sense. And again, you just know he's a lethal weapon. The question is whether you can utilize him perfectly, whether or not he's making like the correct plays on the map consistently enough to actually get those results. I mean, that's why I think for New York, their SMG duo is something fierce because KiSMET is, I mean, well, one, KiSMET can slay as well, but he is the absolute playmaker, always plays for the win kind of guy. So I do appreciate the dynamic that that SMG pair has.
Here we go. All the moments in the world. We've seen some crazy ones here on HyDra. Water routes already. Priestahh, he's dipping a toe towards the outside of the map. KiSMET's going to get cleaned up here. Vivid should be able to find something on the outside if he's spotted out Priestahh. Not just yet, but here comes a hit. So far, all good for the New York Subliners. They're maintaining a lot of pressure here on the hard point, and they're trying to do what they can do. Not let anyone from breach out over that halfway mark, but Nero's the man who's done it. Underwater.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, you see how like delicate, even from the opening break, the underwater routes are, because KiSMET took a water route. You're doubling back and forth through water routes, and you better be careful about drowning, Nero. He's lagging in this moment. Oh, yeah, no. You see the eyes in like on his face cam.
Yep. Yep. I think this is a server issue. We might have a restart here. Oh, Ziddy's about to drown as well.
100% a server issue.
Yeah, that's a server problem there. We'll see what happens, but yeah, most likely there we go. Subliners will end that one. A funny moment though. The first player to drown in the CDL. History made, ladies and gentlemen. History has been made.
What do you even give him for that? Like a breathing mask?
You give him a snorkel, Bryce.
CPR? Actually, could you imagine if his teammates ran over and started performing CPR? That would have been too perfect. But unfortunately, they're just tilted about the game lagging now. So, you know.
That's all right. Time and place. No one's not used to it by now. And again, we'll get back into this one ASAP. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we do have a bit of an issue there. Of course, the game does happen. But that was a funny one. We'll see if any more players drown in this. I actually don't know exactly how long it takes for your character to drown in this game.
30 seconds.
Is it 30 seconds? Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Thank you, man. You've been in the lab, clearly. But yeah, we'll get back into this one ASAP, guys. Game 4 here in this fun series between New York Subliners and Boston Breach. Yeah, not really sure where this goes from here on out, mate. I mean, again, Boston still remain undefeated in the run-up to Raleigh. And I think that has been a big surprise for many folks. I think at this point in time, it's safe to say that the M4 certainly suited Awakening's playstyle a lot. He was very, very dangerous at that, but TAC 56, not a tremendous change. But the Subliners, though, they look like a brand new team. After an abysmal and very dismal start to the MW2 season for them, much better looks from here on out.
Do they? I mean, that is sort of quite like, okay, yes. Actually, yes. If they make this reverse sweep it completed, then you are correct, a completely different team. Although I think what I've been seeing is like, you know, Skyz starting off like 1-7 on the hard point, Priestahh occasionally not getting the trades and the control. So I don't know how much the meta switch actually benefits, but I know our stats team actually is keeping track of that a great deal. They specifically made a document to compare the week 1 towards the week 2, just looking at the AR players. So maybe we'll be able to get that answer for you of who the meta either helped the most or hit the hardest. And for the moment, helped the most is definitely a ton of different Vaznev players. I know the SMGs maybe not loving life. That's a bit of a stretch, but they've enjoyed the pressure being taken off just a little.
Yeah, we're seeing a dramatic increase in the amount of damage dealt from our Vaznev players. I think Afro being one of the big numbers there, HyDra in this series as well. I mean, Vivid and Nero both putting up great numbers.
Standy as well.
No, Standy exactly as well. So good work for all of the submachine gun players. Scump in the previous series as well. Again, just all across the board. Everyone with the submachine gun certainly enjoying things a little bit more now that the M4 is down and out. And if we catch you, using that M4 in the mosh pit, you best believe we will pull one out as well. But that's the way we do things here in the league. Almost ready to dive back into HyDra Electric in a Mo chance. Mate, anything we saw from that first one that sort of looked good? I mean, obviously Subliners, the side they spawn on, they look solid in the approach to the hill. They've got P2 spawns already. Anything that stood out in the little glimpse of gameplay we had?
No, I mean, you are completely correct with the analysis of just like solid stuff off the rip. It just cracks me up of like, instead of like, you know, typically players are going to be running a knife because it's a little bit faster than the pistols to have in the back pocket, but KiSMET specifically using a pistol to be able to get the kills on the underwater routes, and Subliners just taking a ton of care. HyDra not making a move towards the actual hard point because he's going back and forth looking at the water route jump up. So it's sort of a map that, like, you know, it's sort of a 3-lane map until you include the water, and then it becomes like a 7-lane map, and it's very delicate about actually trying to manage it in all the different situations and keeping like track of the timing. Even when we saw Nero drowning towards the end and Methodz like about to follow suit on the minimap, I think a bunch of the players on the New York Subliners were all like dialed in on their back spawn, worried about players popping up from the water. So you really do just have to pay a great deal of attention. And again, the comms have to be on point. The awareness has to be on point. It is a very difficult map to manage.
Very difficult indeed. While we wait for this game to get loaded back on up, friends, don't forget you can visit the Call of Duty League shop. That is shop.callofdutyleague.com, and we've got all sorts of goodies. This is, of course, the official shop of the Call of Duty League. All your team's jerseys, and I'm sure we will be seeing many of those at the upcoming major in Raleigh. And again, you've seen your team play with them on the screen, and now you can grab one of your own. All of that and much, much more available at shop.callofdutyleague.com. Any faves chance? New jerseys? I like the LAG one a lot. Subliners one looks banging as well. Big fan.
I'm kind of a big fan of the maple leaf, to be honest, just like generically, not even necessarily for the jersey design, but just the maple leaf at its core. Very symmetrical, has like a powerful sort of boom to it, if that makes any sense to describe a leaf with. So shout out to Rano, I guess. An iconic look for our Canadian team here in the Call of Duty League for sure. But again, you can grab your favorite jerseys at shop.callofdutyleague.com. Yeah, almost ready to go, ladies and gents. Hopefully.
Again, we thank you for sticking this one out. An exciting day here. A wild and crazy Saturday. Friday was also a lot of fun. And again, MW2 has not disappointed whatsoever in everything we expected. And what we already got, we sort of knew where a lot of this was going to go, the way the game was going to play, the sort of issues we were going to face early on in the league. But I'm glad we got to start things off early. And I'm, you know, for all the drama and the madness, it's been an electrifying start to the season. Can't wait to see how far we can go into it and what the hell it will look like by the time Champs rolls around. But for now, HyDra going to be map number 4. And if we do have to go to map 5, chance was it Asilo? Oh, no, Embassy. Excuse me, Embassy for that search and destroy. I mean, if the Subliners can pick up speed, mate, what do you think of the game 5 result?
Well, that's actually interesting because I think Embassy is quite literally their only search and destroy map win that they've had. Obviously, it's not like they're, you know, poor at the game mode. They are like forcing the round 11s going down to the wire, but also choking away a couple 2v3s. But what we saw on Embassy from Subliners the other day is guys like KiSMET absolutely making moves. I've gassed him up so much, and I still think deservedly so. Again, like at the tail end of Vanguard, he was truly putting up some of the most bonkers stat lines that you ever really get to see in COD, and he's like kind of carried it over into this game. Like the only players outslaying him is HyDra, and KiSMET's doing that while running a trophy and respawn the entire time. He gets to be the route man. Like KiSMET is a dirty work player that slays, and like that is such a rare thing to be able to get. So I'm just gonna keep gassing up Kiz, because why would you not?
Oh, absolutely. He was truly instrumental in that, you know, iconic run that the New York Subliners made, you know, in the Vanguard season. Really, really important piece of that puzzle. And I'm glad to see him still on the roster. He is a very valuable player. He is a very, very influential player on the map. And, you know, when the big moments are there, he's been hitting hard. An interesting career he's had in his professional Call of Duty run of things, although, you know, as far as I've been around. Another player, though, with a very interesting career thus far, Chance. This is HyDra. Overall KDs, everything looking fine. Search and destroy, though, not as hot.
Again, so earlier when I was like guaranteeing the slaying category, every single map would be the top guy, I then went, maybe not in search and destroy. It's been a bit of a rough go so far early on, but there is obviously the expectation that there's not a fear, like he will turn that around and that 0.6 will change. But I mean, it's not even a hot take. HyDra is a guarantee, like at the end of the year, his KD at the very least is going to be like top 2 SMG in the game sort of thing. Again, it's still about the development, making those veteran style plays, but I mean, the man's over here dropping bombs. Again, just set the kill record on that most recent control. 24 kills of which he had on offensive rounds, which was the most in the lobby by a mile. Admittedly, Subliners do get an extra round for those stats, but even amongst his teammates, HyDra was, you know, Mr. Do-It-All in a sense when it comes to the slang. And I mean, we're going over towards a HyDra Electric. It's close enough to his name, and I just think it'll be a continuation of his success. And we'll just see if he continues to lead the lobby. As if Skyz doesn't team kill him.
Hey, Skyz has team killed in the past. Crazy stuff. For now, though, we're going to take a very quick look at our Hummer Extract mode play. This is from Scump in the S&D. This was a 1v2 from Scump, a massive clutch from him. We were watching this in the green room, mate. Getting absolutely lit. Scump managed to get out of dodge, but not only does he get out, he manages to pull Paul's attention. He gets off the bomb. He expects the hit. Not enough time to get the bomb down. That's a heads-up play from the vet.
And my favorite part about this play by a mile is when PaulEhx actually like crosses his line of sight. There was a moment where I thought Scump, I was like, oh my God, he is making the hardest read of all time to not just go like instantly, at least like throw a shoulder for the check. And I was like, oh, he's just waiting for dead silence. Okay. And then as soon as the dead silence came through is when he started to make moves. So, I mean, smart play in either direction, but instead of being psychic, he's just making the most optimal play in the moment. So yeah, nice little 1v2 for Scump. And I mean, I'd say if you want to talk about, you know, top SMGs in the game, he's at like the top of his game right now. Like Scump is like never had a bad year. The worst he's ever been, maybe World War II, where he's still like a middle of the pack SMG. Otherwise, dude is always top notch. And so far early on this season, he's cranked it up to sort of that old form.
Really has. And again, the first steps of his last dance aren't looking too bad whatsoever. Very, very impressive individual performance, and the team starting to click. You know, today was a very tight and exciting series against the Ravens. We'll see how they look going into the Raleigh Major. We still have a couple of games to play. Actually, not many games to play, a handful of games to play before we get the tournament going next week. If you haven't already got your tickets, get down there. It'll be an amazing show. And again, not just the Call of Duty League taking place, everything from Code Bowl, you know, all sorts of COD mobile events taking place. It's going to be mad. Cannot wait to get down to Raleigh. Your hometown chance? Oh, no. Your home state.
Not quite.
Home state, Charlotte.
Yeah, I went to school in Raleigh. So like, you know, 4 or 5 years spent around those parts. So I'm very excited for this. A lot of time spent around family, around Christmas time. So I definitely can't complain. It is, you know, perfect for me. So I'm lucky.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you can make it there as well, viewers and everyone here. It's going to be one hell of a show, an exciting start to what will be a very memorable year of the Call of Duty League. MW2 though, mate. It's already off to a blinding start in the series. I'm not sure what is going on with the players. We're all there. Must be rebooting that server, the one we were connected to, because of course it's not just a question of, you know, it's which server geographically these players are based out of, where they're going to be playing from, and I'm not sure. Well, we do actually have the server back and running. The players they should be in there. We're almost ready to go as everyone gets a little quick sip in of their beverage of choice before we dive into the map once again, Chance. And for those folks who are sort of new to the scene, how would you best describe HyDra Electric in comparison to, you know, what we've seen already in Fortress?
Chaotic seems like it'd be a bit too far. I mean, delicate maybe is the best adjective to actually roll with. What is Skyz doing, man?
Snaking.
TikTok team and these two.
Oh, that's true. The TikTok twosome of Priestahh and Skyz. Them boys got moves in and out of the game.
They really do. But no, I think delicate is probably just the way that I would phrase it in the kindest way possible. Again, it is quite literally just about all of those water routes that are really available to the players on the map at any given time that really just causes chaos in the rotations. It's not like you're quite Michael Phelps. Like, you're not the speediest of demons down low, but you can still move kind of fast. So there's a timing element to it of like, you can sort of sniff out when they're taking long routes versus when they're just like poking up whatever like watering hole that's available to them. And it's honestly not even just that. It's like the outskirts of the map that you can sort of utilize as well. There's like some incredible head glitches you can get on over towards the bridge. It's just like, it very much just feels like almost a traditional pub map. There is a lot of flavor to it. You have a lot of options, almost like a jungle gym of like what sort of play style you want to bring to the table. It's just the fact that there's only 4 pros on the map at any given time, and it's just a tough one to work with.
Yeah, you're going to invariably have to give up a lane, or you're going to have to give up an approach. So good luck, have fun. We'll see setups, you know, evolve throughout the course of the year. and see, you know, what certain angles you can watch, where you can keep an eye on maybe the mid-cross and a water escape route. We'll see how these players get to utilize that throughout the year. Of course, your knives work underwater and your pistols. If you're running a sidearm, most CDL pros don't run a pistol unless they've got that snipe out. Because, of course, you get that extra movement speed when you're just running around with a knife. Makes you that bit quicker. Skyz making faces. Everyone's nearly ready to go, but Methodz, no headset on. That tells me we might be in the lobby, but we're not 100% good to go. And here we go. Headsets on, mics down. This should be time to party. HyDra, yeah, we'll see this hard point many, many times this year, no doubt about it. One deep breath and one quick dive into this next hard point.
And look, I've got my last final push for fill time on this. I have no strong opinions because I'm not a biased caster on who has the best like hype intro video for all the matches for the league. But I will say, in terms of acting skills, Skyz's face that he makes during that video is without a doubt the best one across the entire league. So acting skills, as far as like Call of Duty pros go, pretty on point.
Sky's got a career when this is all done. All
Career
right.
in what? I mean, he's got a career when this is done, but what do you mean? Like Hollywood? That.
You never know. You never know. Sky's the limit. There it is.
I mean, look, it's so good. It's like the stare dazed off into space, holding the cash. It's so good. And look, they're all good. I mean, the New York video, they absolutely crushed it overall. Priestahh throwing out some of his old Viking gear from his time on Minnesota Røkkr. So quality stuff there. Skyz's face, though. How do you not love it?
I mean, it's just the best. Into HyDra we go once again.
Oh.
What?
You know who doesn't love Skyz's face?
Who doesn't love Skyz's face?
Methodz. Methodz doesn't like it.
Elaborate.
Oh, no, that's a deep cut. That's a if you know kind of joke. Don't worry about that. I can't even.
Oh, you talking about the 1v1 on
Arsenal Black Ops 4,
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, you know what?
You didn't have to say it out loud. That was an unnecessary shot of Methodz. That was my bad. It got taken too far. Let's play the map.
Yeah, let's play the map. 2-2 split. Boss breach off rip. They're going to be going to hard point. And last time round, Subliners had the wins. Nero straight into the kill feed. KiSMET's taking a swim. He's going to get to that hard point a little bit later. Vivid's down low as well. So are they going to run into each other? Is this our first aquatic battle?
He's going to go underneath him.
Oh, yes, he's gone. Oh, Viv's out. We had an idea that players, when they're underwater, which are GA comms, you can't speak when you're underwater, and it's just like, you know. Good start from the New York Subliners here. 25 seconds remaining on P1. P2 looks towards the right-hand side of the map.
Oh my God. You know, of all your impressions, I think Werner Herzog used to be my favorite of yours, but now being underwater, I think is the one that's top. Shoot back! Can anyone get a trade? Why do Subliners have this issue? Or is Owakening just built different?
He is built diffy. 5-0 for Demon Joe as we got flips over here, and we're not talking about flippers. KiSMET, he's put his on. He's trying to get the reflip in terms of spawns, and already pressure through the front. Nero and Methodz of the kills. Owakening still on this spree here. And look, KiSMET, he's underwater. He's gone now. Nero has eyes on the back line though, so this play shouldn't work out.
And also, by the way, that is like way too many breaststrokes underwater right there for the side of KiSMET. So he is going to get DQ'd. You're only allowed one single pullout underneath. And if you go past 15 meters, another disqualification. So sorry, KiSMET, not allowed to do that one. And unfortunately for Skyz, once again, at the start of these hard points, not shooting back.
Real swim rules here with the Call of Duty League. Skyz with another slow start here in a respawn. 0-8 for him. 7-1 for Owakening. Again, the complete opposite. Looking for these routes. Vivid and KiSMET. It's an aquatic battle. KiSMET wins it, and he's running a pistol. Oh, there's another one. Methodz is here. Pistol in hand. My God. It's carnage out there in the waters of HyDra.
Yeah, the cannonball aficionado, Methodz from his childhood, take that into old age. By the way, on the actual map, Nero has gotten behind enemy lines. I think he was also probably hiding in the water.
He took the longest route imaginable, and he's in. What a break. Oh, it's on KiSMET, the last man staying alive. No, Vivid cleans house. Break there from Boston Breach.
And again, I mean, you got to pay attention to the water routes. I think Nero on the outside, you know, maybe he dove in instead of the cannonball, so he had a little bit more clearance to actually get towards the point. But a little moment like that turns into a clean 4 down, turns into the spawn trap. Now you're on the wrong side of the map. Nero's posted up on the rotation 30 seconds in advance, so taking turns being the route man. Good news is for New York, they completely bully out this hill, so at least get a chunk of scrap time. But in terms of the rotation, I mean, they got a long way to go, but actually they did reflip those spawns. So Nero, there's a lot of pressure on him. It's going to be 3 players trying to gun him down.
Second major water route.
Okay.
We're seeing Nero take, and he's actually hit the back line. This is perfect. KiSMET will be in behind him in a moment. But Nero, that is the route to break this backside of the hard point. KiSMET's there. Pinch there from the front line. HyDra, all good. You're safe for a few moments. Breach still on the hard point. That was alive for a moment there, but that is it done. Subliners now should be able to net some time, maybe even take it back.
And unironically, KiSMET has actually spent more time underwater this map than he has on top of it. So right now, swimmer of the year, and unfortunately gets team killed as well. The nade connects on Skyz towards the back end, and I mean, hey, New York at least do a good job to flip out this hill, but Boston making the best of a bad situation and at least strip away some of the extra time. But I'd say all things considered, with the spot that the Subliners were in, getting beat on the rotation, getting spawn flipped, this is pretty good work.
Priestahh tweaks out a little bit there in the inside of ruins. You still got the hard point though in the hands of the Subliners. Find a few seconds going down. Next up, tiny little generator room. It's gonna be a spicy hard point. Watch the submachine gun players have a good time on the inside. So far though, Boston Breach first in on the time.
Ooh, Methodz dropping down to his death. No harm, no foul. KiSMET again, swimming world champion. Man's out here looking like the torpedo.
Stuns there over the 100-point mark. We now go for Boston Breach. 40 seconds remaining. This one, KiSMET with the deep routes. And again, this is what you want. Doesn't have Deddy. Enough noise has been made. Methodz didn't hear him coming. That's the back line now open. Last players up are going to be the ones on the point now. Pick a corner, any corner. It's close quarters engagements here. Watch the rooftops as well. HyDra now the front line. Awkward timing on the turn. Nero's going to get a 5. Pressure on the front side of the hard point now. The Skyz doing what he can from the back. Looking to get those kills going once again. It's Mr. Bueno. Individually fantastic. A little bit slow in the kills department here.
Ooh, this is an awkward spot for Boston as well, just because they're not going to have like the right side spawns on the map. So I know they get an extra few seconds and have a lead, but maybe at least a moment of opportunity for sort of Subliners to make up for the start that they had. I think locking down the P2 rotation is where they should turn their attention, but they're not going to. Nero's going to take a long route, and I think as long as he plays it slow enough. And there's the first kill coming through on the feed. Actually, Nero's got players spawning behind him, and I don't know if you're going to read this on the map. So Boston are fighting a few different fronts of this war.
Yep. You close up one front. All eyes to the east now. Zinni eats a stun underwater. That's going to slow down his progress in a big way. Vivid's still up top, but not in the hard point here. Finally now finding that time, soaking it up. Not the only thing soaking. They're going to hit the oils next as well. KiSMET there from Dome. Trying to get some sort of presence here on this hard point. It's been all Boston so far.
Oh my god, another team kill, by the way, coming through with Naze. I think that's New York's second one of this map. I mean, again, good news is they have the right side spawns. No water routes have yet been taken, so Breach have not yet found an avenue, but Methodz trying to be the first one to take a little swim. This is an easy one to read. The Vivid one maybe slightly less so.
Yeah, this is an easy one. This is going to be reinforcement, so Zinni's about to walk into trouble. Timing though, timing. Methodz, he's in.
There you
down
go,
there with a pinch. Finally, Subliners should have an opportunity to hold this hill. Only down by 50. Not a huge amount here on Modern Warfare 2. Lead changes happen all the time. Perfect 60s are something to be seen on a regular basis. For now, though, Boston looking for the break. And it's Nero getting it done. There's one.
I was gonna say that's actually good comms from New York. Oh, but it wasn't good trades until KiSMET for the big 2, and that is a big gunfight win. If he loses that, that's an extra maybe 10 seconds where it's like a scrappy little battle. So nice little moment there for Kiz, and maybe another water route in hand, and it's KiSMET taking it. And I think he just got through. I don't know if Owakening was just jumping up on top of the mountain or if he just swam over him. But a swim off right now, potentially on the right side of the map.
It's a slow race. Whoa, big win, KiSMET. Give the players at the back. You've still got Boston Breach spawning on that deep side. Far left-hand side of the mini-map. Sneaky routes all over the place there. There's a little section of the map you can jump off in the back line. That's exactly what Nero's just done. Vivid, smoked, absolutely gutted. like a fish. Onto the hard point once again. Boss of Breach still alive and kicking. HyDra now trying to get up personal. He's going to get at least one decent break. You've got one player left to deal with. It's Owakening. Nero back off spawn. He's a mile away now, but Breach are still here. Vivid from the top side. Madness chance.
I mean, you know, it is just trades left and right. It is New York trying to hold on, and this is a hill where Priestahh has actually popped off just a little bit. So the two-piece there towards the end, and New York Subliners looking nice and secure to get the scrap time. Awakening's actually over in the mix, maybe thinking about fighting for it. That'd be a free kill right there for Priestahh, number 3 in a row. Good scrap. Rough dolphin dive, but you at least get the trades. And back to the water the fish goes.
I mean, KiSMET, honestly, truly, man, KiSMET spent more time in the water than he has on the map. Waits for the hard point to pop open, knows that Awakening's in it. He's going to hit the deep route once again. And he somehow got stuck there. But yeah, this is what you will be seeing time and time again. And Zinni, that's such unfortunate timing. Lead change, but not for long. KiSMET got that dog at him, nearly shot his mate.
Yeah, and Methodz is going to just snap his controller in half when he watches that back. The instant he dies, the spawn in the back comes through. And all right, you know, VOD review, anybody that wants to play against New York on this map, KiSMET will be in the water. It is officially an open secret.
To quote Parasite.
Officially.
To quote Parasite, if you ain't swimming, you ain't winning here on HyDra. Quick contest. You know exactly where Big Weight's coming from. Nice coverage from HyDra over the top. This is good teamwork out of the New York Subliners. Better late than never. They're trying to force that game 5 with a win here on hardpoint. Trying to get across map, man. Not an easy thing to do. Good awareness from HyDra. Choosing these corners well. Back to the generator room we go.
Methodz is playing a bit of a sneaky angle. He ends up forcing another team kill. Methodz has a habit of that, by the way, of forcing team kills. The route from HyDra gets red. KiSMET, though, straight through the front, gets shut down as well. So Boston, good hold so far. TAC 56 popping up in the feed. Nero's been bouncing back and forth between them and making good work of it now. And also, massive amount of coverage right now Breach actually has on the map. This is so much pressure. They haven't actually given up these back spawns just yet. You see them turning around for a brief moment. Where it comes through, they know that they're safe and secure. And this is a super clean hold for Breach. And honestly, this is where they have the lead. First time they've had it for a while.
Yeah, this is great. Awakening is furiously trying to keep these members of the Subliners out of the point. There's a contest. Last few moments here. Breach, though, have done a lot of damage here in big weight. Still kicking. Finally brought down by Priestahh. That's going to be 5 seconds going on the way of the Subliners, but I mean, it might not be worth anything at all. Rotation now down. Back over to the mid-map we go.
Big wins. And now you say, well, long-term big wins, yeah, for Vivid on the right side of the mini-map. I mean, you got trophies in the hill, at least for New York Subliners, but you're not winning the gunfights. Nero continuing to take them to task. HyDra trying to respond with the 2-piece, but I'd say long-term, I'm not sure that that's going to be enough. Skyz tries to take a route towards the middle map. He gets cut down. Inside the actual point is Boston. The right side spawns is Boston. Complete map lockdown, Boston. They almost have it all.
Oh, almost, but now the Subliners. Oh, baby, they killed them all. KiSMET, the king of the seas, swims his way to victory, gets those kills. That's 20 seconds they sorely need. That will be a lead change, but an important one at that. HyDra's in new. The battle now on. One's up. Big wins out of HyDra. That's a 2. 10 seconds now remaining. You're going to go towards the next point. And a massive one from Priestahh. Subliners alive.
I mean, this is as good as it gets right now. And what, number 5, Vivid, at least wins the first one to try to keep things up and alive. Skyz, though, able there to get the trade. Him and Priestahh. And now it's the ARs that are pushed up, being the cutoff crew. Breach has such a long way to go.
Watch out for number 7, though. Awakening's managed to get in towards Ruins. A couple of picks here is going to soften up the defense and allow Breach to smash their way in. A big win. HyDra now towards Dome. Will he make the read on Nero in the open water? I don't think so. Is it going to be Jaws, or is it more that big Australian shark from Finding Nemo? It looks like Jaws. He's eating them both. Massive stuff, though. Getting in the point. Subliners are still looking for the win. They're stacked on up. Vivid better get rolling. By the time he gets out of the water, it's going to be done. It's game 5, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Subliners clutch up in what was, at times, a hilarious game on HyDra.
I mean, you call them the subliners, I call them the swimliners. If you ain't swimming, you ain't winning. KiSMET all the time in the water. And guess what? Had the most kills. Guess what? Making the big money plays. Boston had the map on lock towards the end. They stacked up a little bit too close over towards P1, and it is KiSMET with the play of the game, the three-piece that he delivers, the most hill time, the most kills, the most non-traded. I mean, that's the MVP. What more could you possibly want?
Woo! At times, brilliant stuff out of Nero. Look at the damage dealt as well. And I'm trying to think, what was his name? Bruce. Fish are friends, not food. There you go. Wow. What a great comeback. 250, 221 on HyDra hardpoint. We put our swimwear away and we dress for business because we have an appointment at the embassy. Chance. Game 5 now on us. The first Heart of Search and Destroy we saw on Fortress, round 11, absolute banger. New York Subliners up 4-1, and Boston Breach pulled that bad boy back all the way. Let's get into it, boys and girls, after this commercial break.
The Call of Duty League sends out amazing newsletters before each major tournament, curated with premium content for CDL fans. Scan the QR code on the screen to sign up today. You'll not only get the latest CDL updates straight to your inbox, you'll also be entered to win a free 2023 team pack.
I wonder which one of those team packs looks best underwater. Well, we'll find out another time, but for now, again, we've got a big old appointment at the embassy. Chance it might be something to do with visas, or it might be something to do with the outcome of this exciting series. New York Subliners, Boston Breach, Game 5. Here we go.
And look, Miles, I hit the regain after map 4 to get back in the mix of things to take it serious for the map 5. New York Subliners clearly hit the regain after map 2 again. Tossed a couple rounds away, and here they are. They have fought their way back. They have done the near impossible of winning the offensive round on aBeZy Fortress control. They made the comeback in the hard point, dealing with a difficult situation. And even for some of the slow starts this Skyz has had, they've made it here to the end of the race towards this map 5. And we're talking about regains. I guess the final question is, can Boston regain from the potential series collapse that is at their feet? And I almost want to sing the national anthem. What a beautiful flag.
Almost, mate. Boston coming into this series undefeated in the road to Raleigh, but they have come across a very sweaty and very dangerous New York Subliners, who at times you could argue have been throwing a little bit. The search and destroy, they're going to look back on that one, and there ain't no rose-tinted goggles are going to save you from what was a bit of a choke. But here we go on embassy and put it all behind us. Let's get it. Oh my god.
Oh, that is so many players on the Subliners.
Oh, wait a minute. Zinni's in trouble. Zinni's in trouble. Oh my god. This is a New York, a slaught. It's an onslaught. They've not slowed down. Vivid Connidish. Oh god, Skyz has got him as well. Nero, last man up. This has been a disaster.
That is almost like the perfect just sort of overwhelm hard counter strat. Nero, though, is actually in between them. If you get this double kill and read Priestahh, it's still going to be hopeless because the guy will jump out of the window, but... I was the ninja. Dude, yeah, he thought about it. That would have been comedy.
Oh my god.
A great round by the New York Subliners.
He really thought about it there. He was like, if this guy doesn't turn around, I could just crawl towards that bomb site and just defuse this bad boy. But look at the pinch.
Yeah, no, guaranteed to die for sure.
Yeah, guaranteed to die. A second he got noticed, they're dead. But with the sort of the sun, the glare, I mean, the glare is absolutely appalling on this map, in my opinion. You might be forgiven for not seeing him crawl out there if you're out in the mid, but good round from the Subliners. A ridiculous set of kills to start things off.
I maintain, by the way, top 5 Call of Duty tweet of all time is Sharp back in Advanced Warfare tweeting out if you like put on sunglasses in game, it'll actually help fix that problem. Anyway, Methodz gets that first blood on HyDra, so New York trying to be aggressive and make some plays, and through the middle of the map, KiSMET is the one that's successful. That is bombed down, 3v3, dead silence used pretty well.
3v3. Daddy's still a little bit active. Oh, baby. Vivid yet to land anything there with the LAB. Under a minute now to play with, and he's going to back on up somewhat. A lot of presence there from the New York Subliners in mid. They're keeping a keen eye on that B-bomb.
Priestahh is going to be that guy right now, I think, for the side, or maybe Skyz can just get the blood, but I was going to say Priestahh's got the cross of the actual bomb. Now on the flip side, Methodz is going to have to be the playmaker. He popped that silence. I think he got spotted.
Here comes the hits. 30 seconds. Skyz, head taken off. Fantastic shots. Attack 56 rips him. Sees a couple of players making the cross. Oh, here we go. Owakening might read this perfectly. Yeah, he does. Good comms. Oh, KiSMET with a win. 1v1 now, 13 seconds.
Well, I think they never actually read where the bomb was down at, or maybe just a little bit too late because he could have stayed in the top windows. Now going to be a little bit late to it. And Methodz, he's looking for the chow straight off the rip. He's going for the chow, and he gets the timing instantly. Big 1v1 there coming out of Methodz. And obviously in the 2v2 and the 2 versus 3, Owakening able to get the kill he needs to, get the information on where the trade is coming from. And honestly, kind of shades of what we saw in aBeZy Fortress. It was man advantage there for the New York Subliners, and Methodz is just another guy that is involved in a clutch situation. And he got the 1v1 against Skyz. Headshot multiplier. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Tied up. Good work again out of Zinni there. 3 in a row. See if we can get any more streaks. Very handy on this map. Oh, I love this angle from Vivid. The LAB lands it. And I think he knows those players are most likely on the bomb. A second for Vivid. Here with the old snippety snipes. A sharpshooter on aBeZy. And he IRL strafed his way to safety there.
He's worried about the Chow as well. So they have an idea that HyDra was making moves and trying to play a little bit aggressive. And funnily enough, Owakening, they have all corners of the map covered. Awakening's found an interesting spot. KiSMET, I think, saw him yet. KiSMET's going to get the freebie. Great reads by the Mad Dog for the 2v2.
45 seconds, 2v2. Here we go. Subliner still trying to make a play towards that bomb site. And looking at Vivid again. That snipe's been working so far. 2 kills to his name in the round already. And now you just want to make sure mid-map is all safe. He might be able to go towards A. As Zinni, though, he's oscillating back and forth. He's keeping an eye on that A-bomb site every now and then. I think we might be leaning way more towards B for breach. This should be a plant. Oh, no. KiSMET. Dude, all right, wait. Vivid. Not done yet. 15 seconds. Nice shot.
Wrong gun.
Get any more of those? Yeah, wrong gun, but any more of those and you'll be laughing. You can see his shadow the entire fight because, again, that sun is obnoxiously bright. Round Subliners.
Nice little 2v3. Nobody can convert. KiSMET, again, on aBeZy. What we saw last time, making plays. What we saw this time, making plays. I mean, that is a round where Vivid is actually able to connect with 2 different snipes, and it just does not make a single bit of difference. KiSMET has the awareness to go and hunt down Awakening in the corner, then somehow has the awareness, and also it helped that he had dead silence popped in the moment to go and hunt down Methodz as well in the back. And he does it the entire time, quite literally, with a scowl on his face.
Any more here? Nah. This guy's going to blast around that corner in a moment, maybe. The trophy system is just going to impart some information inside the embassy. That's where the battle's taking place now. And HyDra's little thighs were spotted out there by Methodz, and he's dipped. Good work. You managed to pin on the inside. Don't let anyone get out. Watch all the exits. I'm not sure how many members of the Subliners are in there right now for breach.
And honestly, in terms of like map control, Subliners have so much pressure on, like, we call it PD. I don't know why. It's the embassy building. But they just have players up top, players down low, and you just feel like you can do nothing on the map. And Subliners are in all these spots, but you need to find the opening. And Vivid able to at least get one.
Backs up. Quick check. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if he saw KiSMET there, but Deddy Pop now. Vivid's looking to make something happen. He's got his pistol in hand. Diligently checks his corners, and this could be fantastic. Subliners 25 for the win on the round.
This is the sniper, by the way. That's the one making the plays.
Oh, baby, he's in. Makes the bomb recovery as well. HyDra's there just in the nick of time to catch it. 2v1, all down to Methodz. Subliners might have just done enough. Are they able to get the plant? Here comes HyDra once again. Clock's ticking. No way. No way Zinni gets this. It is done. Good work, Subliners.
Yeah, and that is quite literally the example of why when you just give up that much control of that building, it's too many players to root out. I mean, that is Vivid, by the way. Again, the round before picks up 2 snipes. Breach can't convert. That round, it is the sniper making plays. He finds you the entry kill. He makes the play with dead silence for the flank to at least get maybe a technical trade down in bottom orange. And Breach, again, just simply cannot convert. And those are 2 very painful rounds to escape from your fingertips.
Ooh. Subliners, though, they are doing it right here on aBeZy, but don't get too comfortable. There was a 4-1 lead on Fortress that they let slip away. Whoa. Thank you, Michael Bays, into the chat. Trade's done.
Subliners are so content on just like waiting for this flank effectively to come through. It's HyDra again with the bomb. Just expecting someone to full cross on the flank, but Methodz an Awakening posted, and Michael Bay loves that side of the map.
He will not leave. So you're making another Transformers. Bang! Stay alive. Awakening also doesn't give them a position. However, the Subliners, they have, you know, hand in hand. They've jumped on board the dub train. Woo! A lot of information passed over. That bomb's definitely getting planted, and a big win on the back line. Evens things up at 2v2. Bomb down, though. Vivid and Owakening versus KiSMET and HyDra.
And I think there's... Oh, no. Yep, Awakening actually doubles back in check. I was going to say, Subliners are going to have to be concerned about a player going into the top PD building. And
Timing.
Perfect timing on the ladder. What a dead silence call right there from KiSMET. Honestly, should buckle up the round.
Yeah, this should be it. Although Awakening, this is a decent amount of time. 25 seconds. Crack a door. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's not over yet. KiSMET stays alive. You still have to contend with HyDra tucked away in a corner, and that's a couple of shots, and my God. You give him a moment, he'll take it. Awakening brought down, though. The trap is set, and the Subliners... It's not over yet, though.
And honest to God, I mean, even this series alone, you could just go back and tally the number of times KiSMET is the guy just making the play. 9-2, by the way, early on. So if you only care about the KD, he's got that as well. But KiSMET right now has just been an absolute machine on the map. That being said, I don't know the last time it's happened. My memory is terrible, but I think there may have been a time where New York had a 4-1 lead in search and did not actually convert, so they cannot afford to slow down.
Long time ago, Chance. It was a long time ago. Ooh. But not that far away, if you think about where Embassy is and where Fortress are. In and out, HyDra doesn't get anything. Will this lead slip from their fingers, or will the New York Subliners be able to close this one out as HyDra continues to dance around the inside of the mid-map?
How did Awakening and HyDra just get to their respective positions without seeing each other? That's a question.
That's some magic right there. Joe's got himself in mid. And the rest of the squad. No, it's open here. HyDra loses another one. Ooh, Methodz. Pressure. And KiSMET, 16 HP. The pinch. Awakening, that's right. Plot twist. He's on your side of the map.
The question is, how do you want to retake it? You have Awakening in the best spot in the game. You have Methodz in the second or third best spot on this map at the very least, and bomb down. So have fun with this one. At least Awakening isn't laying down, so you can actually kill him then.
Here comes Vivid. Oh, second time round, maybe 2v3. Priestahh wins the fight on the site, and there's now 20 seconds. The dead silence has got to clear at the top side, has to make his moves ASAP. Methodz is trailed on the doorway. Coverage is there. Guns him. That should be the round. Priestahh might get a kill or two here, but it's all for consolation. It should be done. And a sensational bit of work. What a 2v2 out of Boston Breach.
Hey, that is still nerve-wracking, though, in that moment, because that was a 4 versus 2 that if Methodz loses that gunfight and Vivid isn't quick enough to pull out the pistol in 180... I mean, they might just get the job done, but hey, I suppose Methodz hit the shots. Him and Vivid, again, have been clutch machines in search and destroy, so they take care of business in that moment. So the 4-1 lead the Subliners had. It's 4-2 now. Boston with the signs of life. Signs of life.
New York Subliners fans, a little nervous right now. It is not over until it's over. Clearing out the top side of the embassy as aggressively as possible. Those doors didn't stand a chance against KiSMET.
Absolute unit trucking his way through the map, and they're creeping out. Number 7, Awakening, has the angle for it. Yeah, I was going to say HyDra, if he's just a little bit further forward, could be a bit of an issue, and this is a tight angle that's not easy to read, and Awakening played this spot before, so he's used to it. First blood from KiSMET. Awakening, all right. I think he might be done holding the line. I think he might be time to get into the fight. New York Subliners have made their way towards the backside of A. Methodz will come into play in a moment. Oh, they're already putting pressure on him. So here comes Awakening. This could be massive. Opportunity to go big. He's going to be able to hit the pinch as well. Methodz with his fights as well at range there with the TAC 56. He's looking comfy. Methodz getting a little bit of tags in as well. Awakening still behind enemy lines, and Skyz, yeah, just forced in such a bad spot. Methodz and Awakening suffocating. The 10-3 is KiSMET. A sniper you get to chow. Couldn't quite get the kill. If he gets it, maybe there's a moment of opportunity, but now I think you just play for the kills. Yeah, it's done. Nice snaps. Bloody KiSMET going down, swinging. But it's another round to Boston Breach. 4-3. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. It is Boston Breach's opportunity to attack. As is tradition, I think these guys are going to lean towards the B bomb site, but I would say Vivid has been pretty on point with the sniper. It's not a bad idea. Maybe just continue to give him time to work. Obviously, I know a few of the rounds on the attack have literally come down to the final few seconds of the round. So when I say give him time to work, maybe not too much time, but he's been proficient, 6 kills to his name, and didn't even notice in the meantime. Methodz on a 5. Talk about how wide open these bomb sites are. Precision would be wonderful to have.
Yeah, very, very handy indeed. Nero's like, I'm on a breadstick. I'm looking to get another one here. HyDra. Oh my God, it's a battle in the men's bathroom. And you can shake them, boys. This pissing contest is over. HyDra wins.
Yeah, a lot of disrespect in that area, and HyDra able to just continue that, but his dead silence about to run out, and Vivid.
Oh my God. Sneaking Vivid.
No. Skyz reads it every time, so wonderful job there, and Subliners now just needed a clutch of 3v2 when they got HyDra right next to the bomb.
Yeah, so close. Can they do it? HyDra's looking the wrong way. Can Boston do it? Down a man to level it all up. New York Subliners getting a little bit anxious now, just charging around, looking for anything and anyone. And Zinni might have just timed this brilliantly. One down. Oh, P-Dog wins it 1v1. Methodz does get streaks though. The New York Subliners stay it. A very nervy round indeed.
Dude, I cannot believe HyDra just shot that gunfight. You have bombed down in the bathroom. Maybe he doesn't know he has bombed down, but like that is a bold call. But hey, if you got a gunny like that, I guess I'd be challenged too. They finally convert the 3 versus 2. They stop the bleeding. 1 round away, and they complete the reverse sweep.
The first reverse sweep of the MW2 season. Will it go to the New York Subliners? 1 more round's all they need. And here we go.
Keep in mind, Methodz, though, does have that precision. And keep in mind, this is an innocent bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Karma loves it. You get the bomb down and the hit marker as well. This is what you need to do. You get the bomb down, you get the first blood. New York Subliners, it's the double flank coming through, but they're shutting it all down.
Priestahh! What a 2-piece! Bang! Skyz with the last bullet. The New York Subliners close it out. The reverse sweep is complete. What a bounce back, and they have made Boston more than bleed. They felt that one. And what a spicy turn going into Raleigh.
GG, no re. And the look of disbelief on the faces of the Boston Breach players as well. All they had to do is win around a defense on aBeZy Fortress control. They would have gotten a 3-0 and we'd be gassing them up, be like, dude, they're clutching everything. Vivid's a machine. Nero's making plays. Methodz is clutching everything he can in search and destroy. Instead, it is the praises of the New York Subliners. And I mean, Miles, what you said earlier ended up turning out to be a little bit prophetic, right? The M4 G8, the TAC 56 back in the mix, and Subliners perfect sense then. And again, in my opinion, the biggest change that we're seeing with the TAC is not really the switch up for the AR players. It is the success of your SMGs. HyDra breaking kill records in control. KiSMET, I mean, he is quite literally the man.
Every time. He is the Mr. Do-It-All. He truly is the X factor for the New York Subliners. A perfect case of it there. 1400 damage, 10 and 5 overall. And ladies and gentlemen, it does read boo, but not if you're a Subliners fan. You are living for it. The first reverse sweep of the 2023 season. The New York Subliners get it done. And what a victory for them going into Raleigh.
And I don't know, just ridiculous stuff. I suppose at this point, if you want to start ranking things, I'd be curious as to where maybe the desk, for example, has the SMG duo of HyDra and Kiz compared to the rest of the league.
Well, that's a question not for me to answer, but for our lovely desk to answer. Chris and the gang, take it away.
Thank you so much, Miles and Chance. We just saw an epic series and we were like, all right, just wrap this up, Boston. Get it done. Then as game 4 went on, we're like, New York is showing some real life. This could go the distance.
That was, I think, the first reverse sweep we've had this season, and it was absolutely incredible. Some heroic plays in the control by HyDra. I don't know how he got out to get that 3-piece, and you can see right here, this is some of that S&D in that game 5 where, dude, they had so much momentum. Every single time you could see Boston was questioning themselves. There were a couple rounds Boston had the advantage where they had the street push, they were ready for it, they would give it up. KiSMET was picking them apart. Such a good performance by New York, man. I am now a believer believer in this team at these last two matches.
aLLeY back and forth all the way up to this game 5. But in the search and destroys in particular, what did you see from New York? What was the difference maker in this one?
Really just the confidence. I feel like when it came from the New York Subliners, getting onto this Embassy search and destroy, they're actually already 1-0 on this map. So that should have given Boston a little bit of an edge, having that VOD on them, as they hadn't played it yet on stream. But now I know why they didn't. New York looked very comfortable on this map, and Boston at times just looked a little lost.
We knew that New York had potential after watching their 3-0 earlier in the week. Now they come in and they clutch a game 5. KiSMET is definitely one of the stars to watch going into Raleigh, but HyDra setting the kill record in control with 39 on Fortress. Ridiculous numbers from the young man from France. New York, they put money behind him. They knew this was going to be a long-term investment. You are getting a big showing so far in MW2.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Like, that control, they were trapped in their spawn. He gets them out of it. And the stats at the very end, you can see he had 24 offensive kills. Like, legit, he was by himself in the archway to get all 3 of those kills out to the point. I cannot believe that that results in a win.
aLLeY, let's take a look at our scuff play of the game, and this is a little mini montage we made in case you just got the tweets. HyDra, a monster in game number 3, drops 39. Walk me through some of the plays, aLLeY. Was he just purely on the SMG?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just HyDra's one of those players where you just do not want to get with him in close quarters. Like, when he's bottom marks or bottom maps, like, that is somebody you need to focus on eradicating out of that space, because he is going to pop 2 or 3, and he's going to go missing, kind of like Shotzzy last year in Berlin.
Yeah, and something else I really liked about HyDra, and this shows growth in his in-game decision-making, it was on this offensive push that they had where he got into bottom art and he played his life. He was alive for a good minute and 20 seconds. They get the capture onto the stage, and then he dies, and they get back into the trap there. But that is the type of plays I want to see HyDra making, getting those kills and then playing his life. It gives more opportunities for his teammates when he is that nuisance rather than jumping out for that 3rd or 4 piece. So HyDra made some big improvements in this game.
It was fun to watch some of those highlights as well, where HyDra using himself as bait. You had Skyz kind of covering him in some of those search and destroys. New York starting to get things together at the perfect time as we are heading into Major number 1. As we close out this series, though, aLLeY, give me the final thoughts on Subliners and the Boston breach. Boston was in that running for a perfect record. That no longer exists, and the Subliners totally flipped their record on its head coming into week 2.
I think this will be a continuing battle throughout the season. New York versus Boston, kind of like the battle of the East Coast top side of things, and it should be a good matchup.
Great series here. It went all 5. Will we go to another game 5? It would be 3 in a row. When we come back, Florida Mutineers, no stranger to game 5s, taking on LA Thieves. Let's go the distance.